What is going on, guys? Today we're going to be talking about how to outsource your ATM business. What is going on, guys? So today we're going to be talking about outsourcing your ATM business, right? This is going to be a real short video. Basically, a couple of people have kind of hit me up and asked, how can we have other people fill our ATMs, service our ATMs, do that, all that required maintenance. So instead of like texting it all out, I just decided to make a video about it. So before we begin, if you are a new subscriber, I want to welcome you. If you haven't already subscribed, make sure that you do so, okay? So let's jump right into it. So the number one thing that you need to kind of keep in mind is eventually we all want to outsource our ATM business. The reason for that is because it's supposed to be a passive income, right? So passive income, we don't want to have to always go and refill our ATM. We don't want to always go and change out a paper roll in the ATM if we get a jam. We don't want to always have to go and reset our ATM to clear out error codes that we might get, things of that nature, things that anything could happen with the router. Sometimes you'll have to go and reset the ATM. There's a bunch of different things that need to be done on a day-to-day basis. Usually you don't have that many issues, but trust me when I say that things happen at inopportune times. And what I mean by inopportune times is you could be in the middle of doing something, you could be traveling, and then a situation could arise of your ATM. So it would be amazing if you could actually have someone take care of all of that legwork for you in your absence, and then you can truly make the ATM business passive, right? So that way you never have to worry about going to do anything or do any heavy lifting in terms of maintenance, restocking, and things of that nature, because you can have someone do it for you. The problem though is you can't just hire someone off the streets to do it for you, which brings me to my first thing that you need to keep in mind in terms of outsourcing your business, and that is to hire someone that you can trust. And that can be your friends, it could be a family member, but they have to be a close friend or a close family member, okay? You don't want to just hire anybody, because they're going to be dealing with a lot of money, and that money is your money. That money is coming out of your account. So you need to treat this as if it's like some kind of high level federal job, because you don't have the different luxuries that these big companies have, where they run these crazy background checks on you, and they pretty much hold you 100% accountable if you were to do something such as steal from them. Okay, now obviously you can still run your background checks and things of that nature. You need to, because it's important that you do so, but I should say that the person that you hire is going to kind of say, hey, this is just a one person, and what exactly can he do if I take this money and I disappear? And unfortunately people think like that. Okay, so knowing that, we need to be able to protect ourselves. All right, so number one is hire someone that that you can trust, because even sometimes your family and friends can let you down, and they can do something like steal that money. They might steal it, piece by piece. They might steal $20 here, $30 there. But at the end of the day, theft is theft, and we need to make sure that we can create a passive income while at the same time protecting ourselves and our business. Okay. So like I say, one of the people that I have refill my ATMs and take care of my maintenance and things of that nature is my brother. And we are extremely close, and he's had similar jobs before, and I know I can trust him. I know I can always count on him. And if there's something that he can't handle, he always hits me up and says, hey, I don't know what to do in this situation, can you help me? So he's been extremely valuable in my ATM business, and I'm extremely lucky and thankful that I have him to help me along. just over the years, he's been an extremely profitable asset in my eyes, right? So you need to do the same. Now, secondly, no matter who it is, no matter how trustworthy you think that they are, you need to monitor everything that they do, period, okay? Everything. If anything happens, and well, usually you're going to be notified that something happened. But one of the things that I do, even though it's my brother, is I have them, I have him kind of fill out what he did, what was done, so that I can have it on hand, so that maybe, for a couple of different reasons. One, so that I can have on hand and I can have documented what it was that he was doing, in order to, to determine how much is he getting paid. If I was, originally I had him on like an hourly pay, and then, once we kind of worked everything out, now I can just pay him a monthly salary, right? But one of the things that I did, especially when we started out, was I would have him document everything that he did, how long it took him to do it. And I want to have those things because these are things to kind of keep in mind, like, okay, maybe this ATM is having X amount of problems, and it's always having this problem. So next time I order an ATM, I'm not going to get this particular brand or whatever the case may be, right? But you want to make sure that you have it down so that and they know that everything's being documented, right? So everything that they do is being documented, so that they are being compensated correctly, and also so that down the line, if a situation occurs where it's being put into question what exactly was done or how long it was done, you can both refer back to that paperwork, okay? And that leads into my next thing, is have them legally documented. That means have them listed as one of your employees, okay? You want to make sure that they are legally one of your employees, that you have every ounce of information about them that you can, just in case anything did happen, right? Regardless of the fact, you want to make sure that they know, and that that they are legally documented. When you hire them, you're going to hire them as if you were a big company. You're going to have them on papers, okay? You don't want to just slide someone the money here and there, just because it gives you that peace of mind. Regardless of who it is, you're always going to be kind of concerned. What does this person do with my money? If I don't care who it is. If I give someone $10,000 and I say, go fill up all my ATMs, I'm going to be nervous about, what's going to happen, and how's my money being handled, regardless of who it is. So it's always best that you have them legally documented, okay? Now, jumping over into the things that you should not do. Do not hire someone through word of mouth. So if you have someone that that says, hey, X, Y, and Z is a great person, he's done this before, he'll be a great asset to your company, he'll do everything you need, you can easily teach him, whatever the case may be, make sure you check that person out. Don't ever hire someone just because someone told you, okay? Because I know that I personally have done that before, and it did not work out well. Nothing was stolen, but the skill set that I was told that this person had, he did not have, right? He was not able to comprehend a lot of different things, a lot of different technical aspects of the ATM business. He couldn't comprehend it, and it kind of set me back and put me in a bad position. So that's just kind of one thing that it's something that you don't think about, especially when this information is coming from people that you trust, right? So just kind of keep that in mind and think to yourself, okay, how would a big company handle this? And that's how you want to handle this, because you're not a big company, but you're dealing with a big, huge amount of money, okay? Especially once your ATMs, and when you have, a bunch of different ATMs. The next thing is, don't let them talk you into paying them under the table, right? Because they will. They're going to say, I have this other job, and, child support, blah, 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 things of that nature. Set it up so that you have them legally documented no matter what, because you want to make sure, again, that you are protecting yourself, and don't allow them to convince you otherwise. Because like I said, you want to have that clear mind while you're taking care of your other business. There's no point in hiring anybody to do anything if you are not able to comfortably sit on your couch, relax, and just be worry free. If you're worried about, okay, I sent this person to do this, I don't know if he's going to do a good job or not. The next thing is, don't let them forget required paperwork that you might come up with. If you tell them, I want you to document what exactly it was that you did to fix a problem, I want to know how long it took you to do it, etc., etc. Don't let them forget to do that. If they're forgetting to do things like that, they're not a good fit for your business, because you don't have time for that. Okay? You are a business, and if you have forgetful people, or people that you know will forget to do what you need them to do, that could cause you a problem down the line. And this all seems like small. It seems like little small things here and there, but trust me when I say these things can cause a big problem down the line. Okay? Now, do not hire anyone with a less than stellar criminal history. And what I mean by that is, I'm not saying don't hire people with misdemeanors and things of that nature, but you might elect to go to maybe LinkedIn or more other places that are really good in terms of giving you good quality people. You obviously don't want to have people that have any type of history of stealing. You don't want to have people who have histories of violence, drugs, any of that stuff, okay? Because you want to make sure that your money is getting from point A to point B. You want to make sure that once your employee gets to the customer's location, that he is being courteous and he understands how to talk to people. Even though we're not really dealing with the customer, and when I say customer, I'm talking about the store owner or the location owner. Even though we're not really dealing and we're not in the business of a customer service per se, you want to make sure that the person who's going to fill up your ATMs and to do maintenance on your ATMs, you want to make sure that this person is just as courteous to the customer as you are. Okay, so they need to be as polished as you are. So you don't want to have someone come in there who, he has a bunch of domestic violence or anything like that, because you don't want your customer to be to feel unsafe when this person is coming to fill up your ATMs. Okay, you want your customer to have the most positive experience within those couple of seconds that your employee is coming there. Okay. But yeah, those are just a couple of the different things I want to talk about. Just wanted to answer that question that someone asked, and it was just too much to text. So I just decided to real quick throw a quick video together. This is kind of the process that I follow through on. And again, when you do hire someone, obviously you're going to show them the ins and outs of the ATM. You want them to understand your ATM inside and out before you send them off on their own. And they obviously are not going to work every single day. They're only going to fill up your ATM and do these things as needed. But and in that regard, you have to kind of work up a contract with them as well as the business owner, and you also need to make sure that the business owner is aware of their presence and that this is my employee. He or she is going to come here and they are going to service the machine in my stead while I do other things. You need to make sure that your customer understands and knows and is acquainted with and feels safe with the person who is that you are training to take over the responsibilities of your ATM business. Okay? And again, you're going to know every single thing that's going on in terms of what needs to get done. They're not going to go off and do it on their own. You're going to get the notification or whatever the case may be, and you're going to let them know when to go do what and where to go and at what time. But you do want to make sure that before you send them off to do things like that, that you have adequately trained them so that they understand how to change paper roll, how to change the cassettes, how to reset the computer, reset the ATM in case of a routing error, whatever the case may be. You need to make sure that they are aware of that stuff, and you need to make sure that you're just kind of documenting how long it took them to do everything, and also what it was exactly that they went to the particular locations to do. Now, you can do this with one ATM if you so please, but realistically, you get the most bang for your buck if you just wait until you have a couple of ATMs. Okay, so when you have a bunch of ATMs, that's when it really becomes helpful to have someone, outsource to take care of things for you. But yeah, with that being said, though, make sure you guys subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and if you are a new subscriber, I'm happy to have you guys back. Make sure you like, subscribe, share this video, whatever you gotta do. Let me know that you guys enjoy these types of videos. And with that being said, I will talk to you in the next one.